February 15th, 1944. Central Pacific. USS Enterprise is steaming toward the Caroline Islands. She's not alone. On either side of her, stretching nearly as far as the eye can see, are 8 other aircraft carriers, 6 battleships, 10 cruisers, and dozens of destroyers. 500 miles ahead of these ships, at the heart of the Caroline Islands group, is Truk Attol, one of the largest atolls in the Central Pacific. An atoll is an island formation in which a coral reef encircles a lagoon. The reef that rings Truk Attol is 140 miles long and 33 miles in diameter, creating a massive lagoon that is home to 5 major islands and dozens of smaller ones. This island formation provides a very large and very secure harbor area, and the Japanese Navy typically anchors over 100 ships here.
It was, for the Japanese, one of the most important fleet operating bases that they maintained during the Second World War.
Many compare it to Pearl Harbor.
It had 2 ship anchorage areas, 3 or 4 airfields, machine shops, you name it.
3 of Truk's islands, Moen, Param, and Eden, contain airfields with runways, hangars, and fuel storage facilities. The main island, Dublin, is home to headquarters and communications buildings. To protect these extensive assets, the atoll is bristling with anti-aircraft batteries. Based around weapons like the dual-mounted Type 89 127mm gun. A fearsome aircraft menace, it delivers a 5-inch, 50-pound projectile and can pick off aircraft at altitudes up to 25,000 feet. USS Enterprise fighters and bombers will soon face those guns. Enterprise and her massive task force are on a mission. Target, Truk Attol. Objective, USS Enterprise aircraft will destroy enemy ships at anchor, crater airfields, and explode parked enemy bombers. Strategy, Enterprise fighter planes will gain air superiority, while dive bombers sink enemy ships, and torpedo bombers decimate airfields with contact bombs. February 16th, 1944, 6:45 a.m., morning of the attack. 12 Hellcat fighters launch from aircraft carrier USS Enterprise. The fighters join up with 60 additional Hellcats from other nearby carriers, and the combined force of 72 planes speeds toward Truk Attol. The Hellcat's mission: gain air superiority. Take out any Japanese Zeros that come up from Truk to meet them. 90 miles southwest, 7:15 a.m. More than 50 enemy fighters take off from airstrips at Truk Attol. Their mission: intercept and kill the encroaching American fighter planes. The Zero is more maneuverable and has a longer range than the Hellcat. But the American fighter is faster, has better armor and better armament. And most important of all, American pilots are far better trained than their Japanese counterparts by this point in the war. Soon, when enemy meets enemy over Truk's outer coral reef, it's a frantic, murderous aerial clash.
There was all kinds of crazy air combat going on. It must have looked like fly soup up there. And about every 30 seconds or so, you could see a Japanese Zero on fire, steaming straight for the water.
10 miles northeast, a squadron of 12 torpedo bombers from Enterprise meets another from USS Yorktown, the new carrier named for Enterprise's sister ship, lost at Midway. They are just finishing their 90-mile flight from the American task force and are starting to reach the edge of Truk's barrier reef. But before the Avengers can drop their payloads, they have to make it to their various targets. Airfields on the major islands of Eaton, Moen, and Perim, 6 miles inside Truk's barrier reef. It's a challenge, because the moment the Avengers begin crossing the barrier reef, anti-aircraft guns open up on them.
These guys are trying to get to their target with all the flak exploding around them and maybe taking a little piece out of their wing here and there. You know, there's nothing you can do to defend yourself. You're in major formation, so you're not going to be doing massive unplanned jinking maneuvers because you're going to run into your fellow pilots. So you just fly on through it and hope for the best.
10 dive bombers are incoming from USS Enterprise. They buzz in to attack the ships in the harbor. They're hoping to get a crack at the carriers and battleships. With anti-aircraft fire coming at them from all directions, and stray Zero fighters streaking through the harbor area spraying lead. The pilots nose their planes over into a 70-degree dive angle.
Our attack was pretty canned. It was a vertical dive from about 10 to 12,000 with a release at 2,000 and out by 300 to 500 feet.
Hurtling earthward, they release their 1,000-pound contact bombs. Bombs large enough to damage a battleship and designed to explode on contact with the targets. No need for delayed fuses here. The bombers will pull out high enough and soon enough that the exploding bombs will not endanger them. Moments later, multiple vessels in Truk's primary anchorage between Dublin and Eaton Islands explode with stunning violence.
I can remember looking over to the port side and I saw a ship go up. It looked like the A-bomb later on. I mean, tremendous.
The hammering of Truk Attol continues throughout the day. As Enterprise and Yorktown bombers make their way back to the task force, squadrons from other carriers swoop out of the sky toward the Japanese stronghold to continue the assault on enemy ships and airfields. Bombers from USS Enterprise make additional runs throughout the day. And when evening darkness finally brings a pause in the action, the Big E has broken its record for tonnage of bombs dropped in a single day. More than 900 tons.